Sore throat. It's early in the morning when you wake up from your sleep and swallow your morning saliva. And then a sharp pain hits the back of your throat. It's sore throat. And you know the upcoming days are about to be the worst days of your life. You can't swallow, you can't eat. Even drinking water is a hassle. And to make it worse during this period is when your mouth decides it should be producing saliva every 3 seconds, and you just keep swallowing each time more painful than the last. So what's actually causing it? Most sore throats are caused by a virus, the same kind that causes colds and flu. When a virus gets into your throat, your immune system fires up and sends white blood cells to fight it. That immune response causes inflammation. And inflamed tissue is swollen, red, and painful. That pain you feel when you swallow? That's your immune system doing its job, annoying but necessary. Sore throats can also be caused by bacteria, dry air, allergies, or even just talking too much or too loudly. The symptoms are pretty familiar. Pain when swallowing, scratchy throat, sometimes a mild fever, swollen glands in your neck. How to treat it? If it's viral, in that which most sore throats are, antibiotics won't help at all. Viruses don't respond to antibiotics. What actually helps is staying hydrated, gargling warm salt water, half a teaspoon of salt in a glass of warm water, which reduces inflammation and kills some bacteria. Honey is genuinely effective too. It coats the throat and has natural antibacterial properties. Warm tea with honey is not just comfort food, it actually works. Pain relievers like ibuprofen help with the inflammation and the pain. Most viral sore throats clear up in 3 to 7 days. If it's been longer than a week or it's getting worse, not better, see a doctor. Strep throat. You felt completely fine yesterday. You went to bed normal. Nothing was wrong. Then, you wake up this morning and something is different. You swallow, and it's not just sore. It's a sharp, deep stabbing pain that makes you immediately sit up in bed. Your neck feels stiff. Your head is pounding. You have chills, even though you are under a blanket. You check your temperature, and it's 39 degrees. You look in the mirror, open your mouth, and at the back of your throat, there are white patches that weren't there before. This is not a regular sore throat. This is strep. So what's going on? Strep throat is caused by a specific bacteria called group A streptococcus. Unlike a viral sore throat that sneaks up on you gradually, strep hits overnight. One day fine, next day destroyed. That's the first sign you're dealing with something more serious than a cold. The white patches you see at the back of your throat are pus. Your immune system sending everything it has to fight the infection. Your lymph nodes in your neck are swollen and tender because they're working overtime filtering bacteria out of your system. The key difference between strep and a regular sore throat, with strep there is usually no cough. If your throat is absolutely destroyed but you're not coughing, that's a red flag for strep. Get tested. How to treat it? Because strep is bacterial, antibiotics actually work here. Penicillin or amoxicillin are the most common. You need to start them quickly and finish the full course even when you start feeling better after a few days. Stopping early lets the bacteria come back stronger. Without treatment, strep doesn't just stay in your throat. It can spread to people around you easily and in rare cases lead to rheumatic fever, which can cause permanent damage to your heart valves. So don't tough this one out. Get tested, get the antibiotics, and take every single one. The common cold. It starts with a tiny scratch at the back of your throat. So small you think maybe you just slept with your mouth open. You ignore it. Then, the next morning your nose starts running. Not a lot, just enough to be annoying. You grab one tissue, then another, then you realize you've gone through half a box before lunch. Your head feels like it's filled with wet concrete. You can't breathe through your nose at all. You try to sleep that night, and the moment you lie down, both nostrils completely block up, and you end up breathing through your mouth like a confused goldfish for 8 hours. That is the common cold. Not dramatic, not dangerous, just relentlessly, exhaustingly uncomfortable. So what's happening? The cold is caused by a virus. Actually, over 200 different viruses can cause one, but rhinoviruses are the most common. They get in through your nose, mouth, or eyes, usually from touching a surface someone infected has touched and then touching your face. Your immune system spots the invader, triggers inflammation in your nasal passages, and starts producing mucus to try and flush the virus out. That mucus is the runny nose. The congestion is your nasal passages swelling up to fight. The scratchy throat is the virus irritating the tissue on its way in. How to treat it? Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. There is no cure for a cold. It takes 7 to 10 days, and it's going to take 7 to 10 days no matter what you do. But you can make those days significantly less miserable. Drink constantly. Water, warm broth, herbal tea. Fluids thin out the mucus and help your body clear it faster. A saline nasal spray is one of the most underrated cold tools. It flushes out the virus and clears congestion without any medication side effects. Steam from a hot shower helps too. Decongestants help with the blocked nose, but don't use them for more than 3 days. Your nose becomes dependent on them and gets even more blocked when you stop. Rest. Genuinely rest. Your immune system works hardest when you're sleeping, and every time you push through exhaustion to stay productive, you're just making the cold last longer. The flu, you've probably said, "I have the flu," when you meant a bad cold. A lot of people do. But if you've ever had actual flu, real influenza, you know the difference, because the flu does not ease you in. It doesn't give you a gentle warning. One morning you wake up and your whole body aches. Not like gym soreness, like someone hit every muscle you have with a hammer while you slept. Your temperature is 39 or 40 degrees. Your head is pounding so hard it hurts to move your eyes. You have chills so bad you're shivering under 2 blankets in summer. You are completely, totally wiped out. Standing up to go to the bathroom feels like a serious physical effort. You had plans today. Those plans are gone. That is flu. And the terrifying part is that a few hours ago you felt completely fine. What's happening? Influenza is an aggressive respiratory virus that spreads through droplets in the air when infected people cough, sneeze, or even talk. Unlike a cold virus, which stays mostly in your upper respiratory tract, flu gets deeper into your respiratory system and triggers a much more intense immune response. That whole body aching and exhaustion, that's not the virus directly. That's your immune system releasing chemicals called cytokines to fight it. Your body is basically at war and you're feeling the battlefield. The high fever is your body raising its temperature to make the environment hostile for the virus. The extreme fatigue is your body redirecting every available resource to the immune fight. How to treat it? Rest and fluids are non-negotiable. Your body needs everything it has to fight this. There are antiviral medications. Tamiflu is the most well-known, that can shorten flu by 1 to 2 days if you take it within the first 48 hours of symptoms. After that window, it loses most of its effectiveness. So if you wake up feeling like this, don't wait a few days to see if it gets better. See a doctor that day. The best treatment for flu, though, is not getting it in the first place. The flu vaccine every year isn't perfect, but it significantly reduces your chances of getting it, and if you do get it, the illness is usually much milder than it would have been without the vaccine. Urinary tract infection, UTI. You feel a strange pressure in your lower belly. Nothing serious, just uncomfortable. Then you go to the bathroom and the moment you start peeing, there's a burning sensation that makes you genuinely wince. You finish, but it doesn't feel like you finished. You feel like you need to go again immediately, so you go back and barely anything comes out. But the urge doesn't go away, and every single time you go, that burning gets worse. This is a UTI, and it is one of the most uncomfortable things your urinary system can do to you. What's causing it? A UTI is an infection in your urinary tract, most commonly in your bladder. It happens when bacteria, usually from your gut, find their way into your urethra and start multiplying. Women get UTIs far more often than men because the female urethra is shorter, which makes it a much easier journey for bacteria to reach the bladder. Your bladder becomes inflamed trying to fight the infection, which is why you feel that constant pressure and urgency. The burning during urination is from the infected inflamed tissue being irritated by the flow of urine. Your pee might look cloudy or darker than normal, sometimes with an unusual smell. That's bacteria and immune cells in your urine. How to treat it? UT is our bacterial, so antibiotics work, and you need them. A UTI left untreated doesn't just stay in your bladder. It can travel up to your kidneys and become a much more serious infection with fever, back pain, and vomiting. See a doctor, get a quick urine test to confirm it, and start antibiotics. You'll usually start feeling significantly better within 24 to 48 hours of starting treatment. In the meantime, drink as much water as you can stand. Flushing your system helps move bacteria out. Avoid caffeine and alcohol while infected. They irritate the bladder and make the burning worse. And to prevent UT is, stay hydrated, don't hold your pee for long periods, and always wipe front to back. Pink eye. You wake up in the morning and try to open your eyes. One of them won't open. You try harder. It's stuck. Completely sealed shut with dry discharge. You have to physically peel it open with your fingers, and when you finally get it open and look in the mirror, the white of your eye is completely red and there's yellow crust all around it. Your eye is itchy and gritty like someone poured sand in it while you were sleeping. It keeps watering. Every time you blink, it feels wrong. You have pink eye. And if you're going to work or school today, everyone is going to know. What's happening? Pink eye, conjunctivitis, is inflammation of the thin clear membrane covering the white of your eye and the inside of your eyelid. It can be caused by a virus, bacteria, or allergies. Bacterial pink eye gives you that yellow or green discharge that crusts your eye shut. That's your immune system fighting the bacteria, and the discharge is the result. Viral pink eye gives you more of a clear watery discharge and usually follows a cold or respiratory infection. The same virus spreads from your respiratory tract to your eye. Allergic pink eye is the itchiest version with lots of watering but no discharge, and usually both eyes at the same time. How to treat it? Bacterial, antibiotic eye drops clear it up in a few days. See a doctor to confirm it's bacterial. Viral, nothing to do but wait. It clears in 1 to 2 weeks on its own. Cold compresses on the closed eye help with the discomfort. Artificial tear drops help with the grittiness. Allergic and antihistamine eye drops or oral antihistamines target the root cause. Pink eye is extremely contagious. You can spread it by touching your eye and then touching literally anything. Wash your hands constantly. Don't share towels or pillowcases. Don't touch your face. If you have it, stay home. You will spread it to everyone around you. Ear infection. It starts as a dull pressure, just a slight feeling of fullness in your ear, like when you're on a plane and your ears haven't popped yet. You yawn, you try to pop it, nothing happens. By the evening, it's more than pressure. It's a throbbing, a deep pulsing ache that you feel in your jaw and the side of your head. By 2 a.m., it's the only thing in the world. A relentless drilling pain that painkillers are barely touching. You can't sleep on that side. You can't find a comfortable position. Everything is worse. That is an ear infection, and it is one of the most underestimated pains on this list. What's happening? Most ear infections happen in the middle ear, the space just behind your eardrum. They usually follow a cold or respiratory infection. When your upper respiratory tract gets inflamed, the small tube connecting your middle ear to your throat, called the eustachian tube, swells shut. Fluid gets trapped in the middle ear. Bacteria or viruses start multiplying in that warm, trapped fluid. The infection builds. The pressure in that small enclosed space is what causes that deep drilling pain. Your hearing might be muffled because fluid behind the eardrum dampens sound waves. Your jaw might ache because the ear shares nerve pathways with your jaw joint. How to treat it? Mild ear infections sometimes resolve on their own in a few days, especially in adults. Pain relievers and a warm compress held against the ear help manage the pain while you wait. If the pain is severe, you have a high fever, or things aren't improving after 2 to 3 days. You need antibiotics. Don't wait it out if it's getting worse. And please, do not put anything inside your ear trying to fix it yourself. No cotton buds, no drops unless prescribed, nothing. Your eardrum is just a few centimeters inside, and damaging it creates a much bigger problem than the infection you started with. Food poisoning. You had a great meal last night. Everything tasted fine. Nothing seemed off. You went to bed completely normal. Then, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a feeling in your stomach that you immediately recognize as bad. Not bad like hunger. Bad like something has gone very wrong. Before you can even fully process what's happening, you're sprinting to the bathroom. And then, for the next several hours, your body decides it needs to remove everything you have ever eaten in your entire life as fast as physically possible from every available exit simultaneously. You are on the bathroom floor. You are sweating. You feel genuinely terrible. And somewhere between the third and fourth trip to the bathroom, you start mentally replaying every meal you had yesterday, trying to figure out what betrayed you. That is food poisoning, and it is your body doing exactly what it's supposed to do. What's happening? Food poisoning happens when you eat food contaminated with bacteria, viruses, or the toxins they produce. Salmonella, E. coli, norovirus, listeria, these are the most common culprits. Undercooked meat, unwashed vegetables, food left at room temperature too long, cross-contamination during cooking. Always, it gets into your food. Once contaminated food reaches your digestive system, your body detects the threat and triggers the fastest possible response. Get it out. The vomiting and diarrhea are not the problem. They are the solution. Your body is doing exactly the right thing by clearing the contaminated food as fast as possible. It's violent and miserable, but it's working. How to treat it? Mostly, you have to survive it. Most food poisoning resolves in 24 to 48 hours on its own, once your body has cleared the contamination. The one thing that can actually make it dangerous is dehydration. You are losing enormous amounts of fluid through vomiting and diarrhea, and you need to replace it constantly. Small sips of water or an electrolyte drink, little and often. Don't try to drink a full glass at once when you're nauseous or it comes straight back up. Eat nothing until the vomiting stops. Then start with the blandest things possible. Plain rice, plain toast, a banana. See a doctor immediately if you have bloody diarrhea, fever above 38.5 degrees, severe dizziness, or if you can't keep any fluids down for more than 24 hours. Those are signs it's more serious than a typical food poisoning episode, and you may need IV fluids or further treatment. And that's 8 of the most uncomfortable sicknesses your body can throw at you, all explained. The good news is almost every single one on this list is temporary. Your body knows exactly what it's doing. Give it rest, give it fluids, get the right treatment when you need it, and it will handle the rest. If this video helped you understand what's happening next time one of these hits you, subscribe to MedVivid. We break down medical stuff in plain English every week so you actually understand what's going on inside your body. See you in the next one.